I've been speaking about Menlo One for a long time. I've been speaking about decentralization for a long time. And my pitch used to be very like optimistic, like, wow, there's so many things we can do. Like, we're going to change the world and stuff. Like, like we're going to unlock all these possibilities. But I've recently lost like a lot of, I guess, confidence in the future of blockchain and the future of decentralization. So Ethereum came out in 2014, and they made like a lot of big promises to the world, right? Like they said the blockchain was going to make insurance like obsolete, and lawyers obsolete, and governments will be obsolete, and and we would have like a new world. We'd have to rethink society and stuff. And our industry has made the world, has made a lot of promises to the world about this. And it all seemed very, it was a lot of fun in 2017, but I feel like our industry is not fulfilling on the promises that it's made. So, and I'm very concerned about that because I like our industry a lot. And I do think that decentralization can change the world. And I do think it's possible to make, insurance and governments and banks and all this kind of stuff obsolete. But nothing is fulfilling on the promises that our industry has made. So, the best thing that we've got is CryptoKitties. So by a show of hands, who here loves CryptoKitties? Because I love CryptoKitties. Is that it? Who here loves CryptoKitties? Seriously, by a show of hands. I see 1, 2, 3 people love CryptoKitties. Is that it, really? You guys know, who here knows what CryptoKitties is? Okay. You know it is, you just don't like it. Fair. I think it's a cool use case, but it's not changing society. Like, it's not transforming the world. And we, as an industry, quickly need something that is going to transform the world. Like, we need a Facebook or a Gmail or a YouTube type of application that people use all the time. Like, our industry needs to produce a hit, and the closest thing we have is CryptoKitties. And like, I love cats and stuff. I love breeding cats and all this kind of stuff. I love whatever CryptoKitty. It's all good, but it is not fundamentally transforming society, and we need something that will quickly. Because I'm a little worried that our industry might turn into like VR. VR where it's like every couple of years there's like a new, like they put on the VR head, everyone puts on a VR headset, and like they're like, no, it still is not what I expected, and they take it off, and like that's it. Like, VR has never really taken off, right? It's tried a couple of times and it's not quite worked out. And the next time, if blockchain if this industry dies like this, it's going to have a hard time coming back because now the governments and the banks are all paying a very close attention to it, right? So that's what is motivating us as a team, and that's why we're building the product we're building, and that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. We're building a framework to build dapps that scale. And if you look at the history of like every great technological advancement in the last 20 years, at least in software, things gain traction with a framework, right? And a framework is like a toolkit that gives developers everything that they need to focus on the business problem, right? Frameworks take developers 80% of the way to building an application, the log in, the log out, the forget password, all the stuff that developers have to do, so that they could focus on the last 20%, which is booking hotels, booking cars, helping people find restaurants, all this kind of stuff. And we don't have one in blockchain yet. I mean, I'm the CEO, but at heart I'm a developer, right? And I know the ecosystem well, and it's lacking in proper tooling. And I think that if you look at the history of Ruby on Rails or the history of WordPress, Rails, quickly evolved the Ruby programming language. Like, WordPress keeps PHP alive, right? 70% of websites are WordPress. So what we need as an industry is a WordPress or a Rails to quickly grow users in our space. And so that's exactly like what it is we're doing. So Elon Musk has this quote, It's my favorite quote from Elon Musk. He said, if you want one technology to replace another one, it's got to satisfy 3 requirements. It's got to be faster, it has to be cheaper, and it has to be easier to use than the thing it's trying to replace. And like Ethereum dapps, as they are, do not do that. They're like the opposite in every way. And so our framework enables developers to build dapps that are faster because we basically cache data on a centralized system. And the metric is not can we build the best framework, a slightly better version of another thing, but can we build a framework that makes decentralized apps even better than their centralized counterparts? Because I think that's the only way to scale it. So with our framework, we can offer the world dapps that are just as fast as applications on a centralized system. And we can offer people the experience of a centralized system. Who here has used MetaMask? Okay. Can you imagine like a decentralized Facebook with MetaMask where every time you click like the fox is popping up, Like it's a user experience non-starter basically. So we built in an API for interacting directly with the wallet so that users can have a flawless, seamless user experience that's competitive with using a traditional system. And now I love MetaMask and stuff, but it wasn't created for a commercial web app. And that's what we need as an industry, is a commercial web app. And then cheaper, right? So how do you like Facebook and Gmail are like free, right? But they're not exactly free, right? They cost us something, but how do we compete with that? So we've designed our token economic model so that users who are using an app built with our framework are literally paid in tokens for their attention. Like users are literally paid to use apps built with Menlo One. And if mining and if airdrops and stuff are any indication, people are highly motivated by earning tokens. We've thought through other things that most developers don't even know are problems yet, like governance. We have there is a governance model for every server, and it's totalitarian, right? Whoever has root, is the totalitarian overlord of the stack. So how do you have an administrator in a decentralized ecosystem? So we've thought that through by implementing DAOs which produce token curated registries of like good users, bad users, good things, bad things, scammy things, good restaurants, bad restaurants, good ICOs, scam ICOs. We've thought through reputation, right? Because every web ecosystem every user has a reputation, good or bad, right? So we've packed this stuff in. We've basically given developers, we can take them to 80% of their journey in creating like the killer dApp, right? The next Facebook, the unicorn dApp that we're all waiting for. We've basically been doing this a long time. Like, we've been in blockchain since like the very beginning. Some of the people on the team have architected stuff like Augur, and some of them are working on major proof of stake systems. They've worked on Ethereum. I personally worked on some major projects for Ethereum, people from the Ethereum Foundation. So we're kind of OGs, and we've been in this since there was no money, right? I was getting paid in Ethereum when it was at $7. So we're highly motivated to just see the whole thing continue. So if you're interested in learning more about what we're doing, find our website, check out our white paper, check out our materials. If you're a company who wants to learn about how to fully decentralize your stack, we're talking no Rails, no Java, no PHP, no servers, like fully decentralized, please email us. We'll have somebody reach out to you. We'd love to help you decentralize your stack. And I just want to thank my friends at HybridBlock for putting together this amazing summit. I'm getting like the signal that I'm like almost out of time. So I want to thank everybody at HybridBlock, and I want to thank you guys for listening to a developer talk about dApps for 10 minutes. Thank you.